So I know I'm a little bit late on this whole train of the DeadZone settings, but in my opinion, I think my settings are the best for this new update, mainly because I play the game constantly. I'm already rank 155. I'm assuming most of you are rank 155 if you're clicking on this video. So we're going to talk about the best settings after the 1.20 update. If you guys don't know, the update, I'll have the patch notes linked in the description below, but they came out with a bunch of stuff in Warzone, and then they came out with a new LMG as well as Shoot the Ship. The new LMG already got golden. Those videos will be linked in the description as well. I ended up doing really well in getting that gun golden. I've been playing with it a bunch and I really like it. So yeah, my best settings, in my opinion, these settings are perfect for my situation, which is on PS4 and controller. So, you know, if you guys play on PS4, these are definitely the best settings in my opinion. As well as talking about the new DeadZone setting that came out. I'm going to explain what that is. That's later on in the video. So let's talk about the best settings and then we'll talk about the DeadZone settings. Okay guys, so these are my settings right now that I have after the 1.20 update. I play on tactical. Now these are just my controller settings, just because I think that these are really good if you end up playing on controller. Now I have a scuff, so jumping is easier for me. It's the A button, which is the back paddle or the back left paddle. I play on tactical. The reason why I play on tactical is because beating down is 2 beatdowns in this game, so panic knifing isn't important, and I think drop shotting is really good in this game, so drop shotting is definitely OP. I would definitely recommend it. Now this is preference. We'll talk about DeadZone later on, like I said, but horizontal stick sensitivity and the vertical stick sensitivity, I just play on a 5.5. I feel like 5.5 is perfect for me. It's not too fast, not too slow. I used to play on a 6.6 or 6.7, but I really didn't like it that much. The sensitivity for multiplayer, like the low zooms, I keep it normal. I think standard is the best option. Same with the aim response curve. I keep that standard as well. And the controller vibration, turn it off. It is a must to turn vibration off. If you guys don't know, when you get shot at, it vibrates, and when you shoot people, it vibrates. So what ends up happening is it kind of messes up your aim. So please do me a big favor and turn that off if you want to get better. Just trust me. Aim assist is standard. Now you could choose whatever one you want. Like I said in the top right, it says right here, aim assist, standard, precise, or precision, and focusing. I just go with standard. I don't touch that. You can go with precision if you feel comfortable that you can move your sticks better than normal players, but in my opinion, I think standard's the best. Obviously ADS and melee for weapon mounts, it's going to be the same. I keep that enabled. Now something that's really important to me is the motion blur, which we'll talk about with the motion blur and the weapon blur, but slide behavior, keep that the same. I disable aim move forward. I just don't like it. I don't like automatic sprint. I like to keep my sprint controlled. You know, if you have automatic sprint, you can't kind of stutter sprint. That's what a lot of pros do. You slide and then catch yourself, kind of, so you can't really do that. I'm not colorblind, so I don't, you know, do anything with color blindness. But so right here, world motion blur and weapon motion blur, make sure those are both disabled for not even just for this update. I hope that you guys have these disabled, because motion blur is a must to turn off. It's really annoying because your screen obviously blurs when you turn left to right. Minimap, it's your choice if you like a squared minimap or a rotating minimap, which is circular. I keep it circular because I've been playing with that since the game dropped. And then for me, I play on boost high. I like to hear bass more because the footsteps are kind of bassy. Master volume is obviously 100, and then the music volume I turn all the way down. I don't like the music volume. So that's just my opinion on the best settings for Modern Warfare after the 1.20 update. Now let's go ahead and talk about, you know, DeadZone and stick drift, which is very important to a lot of controller players, specifically PS4 players. I've noticed it hurts them a lot. So let's go ahead and talk about that. So what you're going to see on screen is me showing you what stick drift is. Maybe you guys don't have it, but it's usually for players who play a bunch and their analog sticks who they're clicked in a bunch end up, you know, messing up, and it kind of just rotates your stick down when you're just normally not doing anything. Like, it doesn't stay centered, like your right analog stick or left analog stick isn't completely centered, and it kind of drifts to the right or to the left depending on, you know, where you're moving constantly. So what ends up happening is these players who have stick drift, their controllers kind of off-centered, or their analog sticks are off-centered. So what ends up happening is when they go to throw a grenade or when they go to shoot, when they move left to right, it kind of jolts them left to right faster than normal, and it kind of throws off their centering, and it throws off their centering throwing grenades or stuns or flashes. Now for me, I don't really see much of a difference with DeadZone, mainly because my sticks are kind of normal. I recently got a scuff like last year, and they haven't been, you know, that worn out, I should say. So I'm going to turn it up to 40 just to show you guys like what it is. So kind of when you jolt it left to right, you won't notice that much if your controller doesn't drift at all. But you're going to see right here that moving it vertically and horizontally, you can tell that it's a lot slower. Now, you guys might be saying, oh, he's BSing, but I'm going to turn it down to 0 for you guys, and you can see it's a lot faster. Now, I don't know if it's meant to do this, but I'll tell you right now, for stick drift players, it definitely does help. See, like, look, see, it's a lot faster, right? The movement is a lot faster. It's not as skewed left to right, obviously, for a reason, is because what I'm explaining here is that if you have a stick drift situation, you're going to obviously want to change it around. So it normally puts it to 5. So what I'm assuming what they did was they ended up saying, okay, so 5 is the normal speed for a normal controller stick, right? So what they're going to do is, if you have a little bit of stick drift, I would recommend 7 to 10. All depends on how bad it is. If you've noticed that it's worse, or maybe you want less of it, you can turn it down to a 3 or 4 and play around with it. But for me, I think you should keep it at 5. I don't know why they put it all the way up to 40. I'm assuming it's with people who have absolutely like broken controller analog sticks, who are just absolutely awful. They're super loose. So yeah, I want to know what you guys think about this whole DeadZone situation with the new settings. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Personally, I like it, just because, you know, it helps people out that, you know, don't have to buy a new controller now. They can honestly just keep playing with the same old controller if they don't have the money for it, specifically if they're younger kids that don't actually have the money for it. So I'm really happy about this setting. I'm really happy that they're trying to help controller players. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. My name's Kando. I love you guys, and I'm out. Peace.